Hey, how you guys doing? Can you guys hear me?
Yep, all good, thanks. And you?
Can you guys hear me? Tammy and Rena, also Matt, can you guys hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so I think we can start it right now.
Hey, how's it going, guys? Can you guys hear me? I can't hear anyone.
Just check. Can you guys hear me? Mouse, can you hear me?
Cheryl, I can hear you. And
Okay,
Matt,
thank
I
you,
can hear you.
Okay,
Yeah, I can
thanks
hear
very
you.
much.
Okay, there.
All right. So I think we can start right now. Hello, everyone. I'm Cheryl. It's very exciting to host the crypto market insight session with our guest. Today, we're thrilled to have with us our guests who will be sharing their opinions on the market trends. As a host of today's discussion, I'll be leading us through a thought-provoking conversation that promises to be both informative and also engaging. So whether you are an experienced crypto user or you're just getting started, we encourage you to sit back, relax, and just join us for our today's discussion. And the live session is broadcasting on CoinW live channel and also CoinW's YouTube channel simultaneously. So welcome all to watch, and please feel free to leave your opinions or questions about market, coins, etc. in the comments, and our guests will pick up some to answer. So let's go on. Let's all go. Welcome Matt, Tammy, Joseph, and also Rena to our live session today. Very happy to have you here with us again. And our first part is very exciting. It's about the market review and gainer loser coins. So in this part, we like our guests to share your like market insights on Bitcoin, Ethereum, or other crypto tokens you wanted to talk about. Just feel free to share your screen and let us watch your charts. So welcome again, Tammy, Matt, Serena. So who wanna be the first one to share?
Hey, how's it going? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, well, I don't mind going first.
Yeah, that's great.
Cool, here we go. Okay, here is Bitcoin on the daily time frame. And yeah, massive rejection yesterday with the Trump news, of course, the tariffs, etc. And yeah, we have just been patiently waiting for, for almost 2 months for a breakout over here, judging by this downsloping trend line. And yeah, we've had multiple rejections. We had a rejection over here. That's one. We had another one over here. Two. And ultimately, we've just been getting rejected by this downsloping resistance trend line as well as the 50-day EMA, which was the hammer yesterday. Yesterday was the hammer, of course, over there. and we did expect price to run into this region. I wasn't sure if we were going to get a breakout or not, but it was looking promising. Obviously, very bearish daily close. Nothing to argue about that. But now the real question is where is the next level of support? Are we at it now? Is this the level over here? This level over here, which is the green box over here? Very likely a strong support zone. Of course, the 50% level from the August lows over there to all-time high. That 50% comes in at 79,550. So this level over here, I'm expecting this to be very strong support. It is a macro 50% level, and I'm expecting a potential higher low to form in the zone over here. Something like that. We'll have to wait and see. But what I'm waiting for is a move, and it's some daily closes outside of this downsloping resistance trend line, above the EMAs, which we haven't had, and that's going to be the telltale sign to go long. So at the moment, we are patiently waiting. The long setup over here was a setup for if we did break above this level and close candles above, the setup was going to look like that, but we of course didn't close the candle above there. So that was the potential setup. So this is invalidated. We didn't take the trade, of course. And ultimately, we are just waiting for price action to start trading outside of the downsloping resistance trend line. And yeah, we're going to have to be patient, So what I'm looking for is, we could come down here, squeeze over there, eventually break out and then get the move, or we can come down into the box over here. My only issue with this box is that everyone's calling for price at 75K to 68K. Everyone's calling for it. So normally what happens when everyone calls for it is it doesn't happen. We've seen this many times in the crypto market, especially with Bitcoin. And yeah, when everyone starts calling for a certain level, it often doesn't happen. So I'm either looking for this to be a bottom zone over here, lowest 79,500. And if it does go through there, I am expecting, if everyone goes long here and everyone gets wrecked, then I am expecting lower levels. But my invalidation is that 63K zone over there. I don't want to see price underneath 63K. But I'm keeping it very simple. I'm only going to go over Bitcoin today because the rest is actually irrelevant during times like these of panic and, financial market turmoil. It is best just to sit back, relax, zoom out, and have a look at the trusty assets. But yeah, big rejection off the 50 and 200-day EMA over there. Nothing bullish about it on the shorter term time frame, but I'm still bullish on Bitcoin above 79.5K. That's my analysis on the crypto markets at the moment.
Wow, thanks so much, Matt. Thank you for the sharing to us. And next one, I want Reina next to share with us, and Tammy can, be the final guest to share the whole things about the last week's hotspots. So Reina, how about you to share first?
Hello, Cheryl. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, let me share my screen. Wait. Here. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yep. Yep.
Okay. For Bitcoin, okay. Just like Matt, is kind of bearish, but the levels I'm looking for is if if Bitcoin can consolidate or maintain this level around 7 to 9k, but for me it's a two-way. It can like consolidate on this area then go up, but if it rejected this area then it can go down more. So the support that I'm looking for is, if we look at the weekly time frame, this is the previous resistance, then Bitcoin can go down more to like 71 or 70 if the worst case scenario happen. If it breaks this level around here, this support around here. And for Ethereum, okay, so for Ethereum, it's also bearish, the same with Bitcoin. But if you look at the weekly chart for Ethereum, you can see here that this is the previous support, and for weekly time frame, it has broken this one, this around $2,000. So it's now around 1,700. So this the next support area that we are looking to is around here, 1,500. But if it consolidate here, then there's a chance that it will bounce and go up. But if not, the next support that we are looking to for Ethereum is around $1,000. So this is like a much longer time frame because I'm using a weekly chart around here. If you want to see it clearly,
Okay.
then this one's the okay. uh, okay, so around 1.5 to 1K. Okay, so I think most of the coins are still going down around now, but it depends. It depends on you guys if you still believe on the project. But right now, with Trump's going on, then a lot of tokens is going down. But you can buy the dip if you believe in the project. But right now, it's good to wait for the support levels. I think that's all for me.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you, Rina, sharing to us. And Tammy, what do you think?
Okay, well, I agree with Matt and Rena. But from my perspective, yesterday, well, I was a bit surprised actually throughout this week because we did have obviously those, we were expecting tariffs to be announced from Trump. And sorry, I forgot to share my screen. There we go. Okay, so what we were expecting was obviously like sentiment throughout this year we had the build up in bullish confidence for Bitcoin, and that basically drove prices throughout the latter parts, especially the last quarter of last year. Now we've just finished the first quarter of 2025, and the outlook for Bitcoin hasn't really been good, but it hasn't been bad either. We're still way above those levels, the 69,000 that was previous support. So we still really we're still thriving above there. We have seen a lot of selling pressure, but yet bulls, while bears haven't actually managed to break below 70,000, or actually below 76,580, which was the March low. So that to me gives some bullish reprieve. And what we did see is while stocks, going up to those tariff announcements this week, stocks really, while they did take a bit of a beating, but Bitcoin remained optimistic. And Bitcoin and gold this week surprisingly showed a similar correlation. So they both traded higher. Then, yes, we did see a break above the 20-day moving average, which was positive. We did manage to have a temporary retest of the 50-day moving average, which is now resistance. But I think a lot is coming into play with regards to, okay, we've had this now bullish, this burst in upside momentum, but there's still a lot of contradictions regarding what happens with the greater economic outlook, what happens, what assets does a favor. And I think sentiment is going to remain the key driver. But for Bitcoin, as long as prices remain above, I keep pushing down my target actually. Before I said 80,000, now I'm saying the March lows. So if I do see a further pullback So a break of this 20 period moving average, which at the moment today, we've broken down and we are trading lower, but we still have quite a few levels on the support side that could actually support, further price action in the short term. My greater outlook, or taking into account everything that was unveiled last night. Tomorrow, we've also got non-farm payrolls. So I think there is still a lot of fear in the market. And I still think that we can actually go further. We can actually break below the 76,850. And then that could bring, obviously, a lot of other levels into play. With the next big level that I'd be watching is 70,000. As long as we above that 70,000 level, I think if prices do consolidate and if we do then see, some shifting of the economic dynamics and expectations, then I'm not ruling out a potential for a rebound in Bitcoin, and altcoins I do think will follow. With regards to Ethereum, it has really been a laggard. So that's actually not one of my top picks at the moment. I think Ethereum actually has the potential, in my opinion, to go lower. But for Bitcoin, I have been really, really impressed in how prices have managed to hold. And I think a lot of that comes from the institutions and the fact that despite the economic outlook and those intensified recession fears, they haven't lost hope. And as long as the institutions remain invested in Bitcoin and the broader crypto market, I think then that's now my primary theme, or the key aspect that I'm actually looking at. So if we do see Strategy and Coinbase and the likes pretty much maintaining their positions and not selling out, I think that then a lot of this economic uncertainty and that will subside. But for the first quarter, I wasn't optimistic. And for the second quarter now, I'm still not optimistic. But maybe it depends what happens in the latter part of the year.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you very much, Tammy. Thank you for the sharing to us. And I think it's quite comprehensive. And I also have one question I wanted to ask you. So, what do you think about all the altcoins or Ethereum?
So for me, Ethereum, as I said, even if we switch, let me just get Ether up here, and then I can present. There we go. For me, Ethereum, even with other altcoins, I've been a lot more optimistic because there's been developments and there's been additional projects that have propelled those prices. If we see Solana, Cardano, even Ripple with the SEC, we haven't seen, obviously, that economic uncertainty has weighed on that, but it has opened doors for the potential for bullish continuation in the future, once these tariff uncertainties and everything are actually priced into the market. But for Ethereum, we see that has definitely been a lagger. I don't have the Fibonacci here, but unlike a lot of, Bitcoin reached a new peak in January this year, and so did Ripple, and so did a lot of cryptos, but Ethereum didn't. It still didn't manage to actually break past those 2021 highs, and there has been a lot of, how can I say, there have been a lot of positive developments in a lot of other projects, such as Solana and Cardano, and I think Ethereum at this point is getting left behind. So I am actually a lot more bearish Ethereum than I was in the beginning of the year, and I'm not ruling out, to me, for the interim support, for support throughout this quarter, I wouldn't rule out a retest of approximately 1,500. So we are still above there. And this level, as we can see, marked the March low, and that was around, so it's basically we're testing that level now, and it's just above the 1750, so it's at 1763. So I think if we do break below that, then I'm expecting a retest or potential retest at least of 1500. But my base case for now, I think altcoins, as I said, once everything's priced in, altcoins have the potential to rebound, but Ethereum does need to actually change things around quite drastically in order to actually take advantage of the current situation and what this might mean for Ethereum in the longer term outlook.
Okay, got it. And do you think the aqua season will come again in this year? Probably.
I'm still very apprehensive with that one because altcoins do tend to be, and even this week, we see that Bitcoin dominance has once again increased. So it's gone above 61% once again, and that's because Bitcoin has adopted a similar safe haven appeal because of that institutional adoption and so forth. Whereas altcoins, they tend to benefit from when there's more of a risk-off environment. That's not, a risk-on environment. That's not the environment we're in at the moment. There's still a lot of geopolitical uncertainty, especially with the tariffs, the trade wars, etc. So I don't see altcoin season for me happening this year unless there's a really, really big change in the macroeconomic environment. So if Trump now says, okay, fine, he's making friends with the whole world, then yes. But I don't see that happening. So as I said, I think there's a lot of other catalysts that we need to actually be aware of, especially during these times. That's when, to me, the fundamentals and macroeconomics actually really, really do play a role. But for
Yeah.
now, I think probabilities of recessions are rising. Goldman Sachs, we've seen institutional banks basically raising their forecasts of a recession, and that does not bode well for altcoins.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Because like what you said, especially if there is a big change macro environment has happened. Otherwise, it's very difficult that, especially in the Bitcoin dominant now, it's very difficult to see the altcoin season happens again, or probably it will be very, very slow, I think. Thank you very much. Thank you, Tammy's sharing and also answer to this question. And I have the last question I want to ask Tammy. It's about the Dogecoin. What do you think about Dogecoin? Do you think we'll to the moon or get lower and lower? Because it's related to Elon, right? So what do you think about it?
I think, yes, it is. Well, it is related to Elon in a way. So he was the self-proclaimed Doge father. It's not like he created the coin. And I think when he came into politics, well, obviously with the Biden administration and him now running the Department of Government Efficiency, there was a lot of speculation to say that, okay, with crypto, well, with the new strategic reserve expected to be built in the US, I think a lot of people had that expectation that Doge is now going to be the next reserve currency, or at least develop or adopt some of that appeal. But in recent days, it's also, even though we haven't had that direct reference or direct, we still don't know the exact makeup or framework for the Department of Government Efficiency. And with regards to the strategic reserve, recently we have had confirmation that Elon Musk has had has said that Doge is not going to be the coin for the strategic reserve. So I think if that remains the case, then no. But with Elon Musk and Trump, things can change very, very quickly. The one thing is Doge doesn't have, it is unlimited with regards to the circulating coins. But that also poses another question, as in, okay, then how does it maintain its value? So if there are, how can I say, if there's developments or positive developments to say, okay, that Doge, actually things are going to change, but that's going to require a lot of work with regards to the blockchain. And I think it is a lot easier to actually, well, from research, it's a lot easier to actually make a new crypto or just develop on other blockchains than to change your existing ones. So for now, if what Trump says is actually correct and Doge isn't part of the strategic reserve, then no, I think it maintains the same fundamentals as any altcoins, and it doesn't really hold value, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's right. Thank you very much, Tammy. That's quite clear for the answer for the question, and all of them is very, very awesome. Thank you for the sharing to us, Tammy, again. And Mouse, are you here? Would you like to share your screen and let us show our audience today's a very big surprise to them?
Sure. Okay. Oh, sorry. No, this one. Wait a minute.
Yeah, take your time. We can see that actually our today big surprise to all of our audience here is about watch live and you can win up to 25,000 USDT rewards. And later Miles will share his screen and all the details will show on the page. So before he share the screen, let me just wrap up some details here. So the very, very great and big surprise is about the prize pool. So just get ready for an exciting CoinW live stream where you have the chance to win from a massive 25,000 UIDT prize pool. Mouse, everything is okay?
Yes, it's ongoing. I just loading the page.
Oh, okay. Check out the internet. Okay, so let me just keep going. So all of our audience here, if you watch the live stream right now, just join it. Simply turn in, engage, and it's very easy to claim your share of the rewards. Just don't miss out of it. And you already finished the first step is join us live, and then the next step is if you watch on Twitter or YouTube, you could click the link in the comment to check out the details, and every details included in this link. And if you watch on CoinW app, you could click the details on the live stream page as well. And you can see all of the conditions probably you need to follow up, and then boom, you have the chance to win the massive 25,000 USDT prize pool. So just don't miss out, join us live, and let's win together. Okay, so like what Mel shows on this screen, you have the chance to watch live, and the prize pool is about 25,000 USDT rewards. And here is some follow-up displays, and you just follow up it, and you have the chance to win. It's quite easy, and you already finished the first step is to watch the live stream. So just join us. Okay, thanks, Mao. Thank you for the sharing. Yeah,
okay,
you can
thank
stop.
you, Carol.
Yeah, thanks again. So next part is about some discussion. We all know under this market, a lot of questions we wanted to discuss with our guest here about Bitcoin, about the market, and also some media news. So first is about the Bitcoin. And we want to ask our guest the first question is about the Bitcoin has been declining for 3 consecutive months. Can you identify any positive factors through data or charts? So Reina, what do you think?
Hi, Cheryl. Okay, so for Bitcoin, we have seen Bitcoin went down for the last few months, but it actually depends on the regulation. So if Trump's gonna make better regulations for crypto, then like a more crypto friendly policies, then Bitcoin can actually uh, go up, and especially if more big companies will be onboarded into crypto or will have more confidence, especially with Bitcoin. So it's kind of one factor that can affect Bitcoin price.
Okay, so it's about the policy and also the Trump. Thanks, Reina. And Matt, what do you think? The any positive?
Yeah, there's always positives. There's always positives. Massive positive in something like the fear and greed index, of course. So fear and greed index, obviously measuring the general sentiment. Currently, the extreme fear is at 25. Normally, when the extreme fear is in in the bottom of the indicator for a month or two, it's generally a good time to buy. So that's a general positive positive from the charts being in a downtrend for 3 months. Fear and greed index is reset. I think a lot of people, the weak hands are out. Everyone that bought above 90, 95K, probably been shaken out. Most of retail shaken out. Most of retail are actually flipping short. I believe. I think a lot of people are waiting for that 72K or shorting down there. Yeah, so I'd say a positive would be the fear and greed index, which always has to reset before, forming a macro high or low.
Okay, got it. Thank you very much, Matt. And Tammy, what do you think? Can you guys hear me?
Sorry, there we go. Yes.
Okay.
I temporarily lost my tab. Sorry. So I was just looking at, so basically, if we look at, so short answer is yes. I do think there is still, I agree with Matt in what he said. But if we just look at from Trump's election, so in November to his inauguration, and that's when Bitcoin actually hit the record high, there was a 62% rally in prices in a very short period of time. And for a asset that was already, institutional adoption was getting rough and everything like that. So there was already a lot of positive sentiment that has actually gone through the crypto market since COVID, since 2020. But last year, on top of all the positive gains, we saw another 123% towards the upside. In that last 3 months, well, if we take November to January, we saw another 62% rally. For a crypto like Bitcoin, where a few years ago was trading, it only started trading in 2009. It only really gained traction. Well, we saw the first time that it didn't hit 20,000, but we saw the 2017 rally, and that took it to close to 20,000. So, from there, we've already seen huge upsides. So, I do think that this is just a retracement. But, like Rena also said, if there's other developments, if we do see other countries now placing more emphasis on adopting Bitcoin as a replacement for the dollar, then yes, there's still support towards the upside that I don't think that we can rule out. But for now, I do believe that it is a correction. I don't think that it's shouting fear. as Matt said, I mean, while we're not still in extreme fear territory, we're still towards neutral, well, more towards neutral territory. So I don't think that this is completely like pessimistic, and I don't think that this is like, doom or gloom for Bitcoin at the moment.
Yeah, that's right. Really makes sense. Thank you very much, Tammy. And our next question is about the currently market. The market is currently very weak. Can you list the 3 tokens that you believe could generate extra returns when the market rebounds? So, what any recommendations or suggestions? The tokens. Matt, maybe share to us.
Yeah, tough one. Obviously, seeing Bitcoin dominance so high, it is tough to pick and choose which ones I think would explode if there is a U-turn. But I would pick Solana, of course. I'd pick Solana. Solana is sitting at support at the moment, and you would expect Solana to rebound strongly if Bitcoin were to turn around. XRP as well. I am in an XRP long. XRP is showing a lot of relative strength, of course. So I'm going to go with Solana, XRP, and let's go with in my blue chip. See, I'm not feeling extremely confident against Bitcoin at the moment. So I would just go Solana, XRP, and let's go with Sui. Those 3. I would be choosing those 3.
Okay, so Solana, XRP, and also Sui. Thanks very much,
yes.
Matt. What do you think about TRX?
TRX. Okay, let's put it up quickly. I haven't been very active. TRX looking good. Charts looking good in my opinion. It's holding up relatively well. It's just lost the 50-day EMA, which most tokens are well below. So I'd say this is looking strong. Your obvious invalidation is at that 21 cent zone. I would say TRX looking good. But again, just consolidating with the rest of the crypto markets. I would be bullish on TRX with an invalidation of 21. It is forming like a descending triangle, which could break down. But I'd say anything above the 200 EMA for TRX looking good.
Okay. Thank you very much, Matt. And Rena, what's your top 3 tokens?
Actually, I'll also go with XRP. So I've been a believer of XRP since then. So my second choice is Sui. So some says it's like a Solana, like a future Solana. So I also believe in the project of Sui. Then my third is Cardano. So that's my top 3.
Okay. Thank you very much. And Tammy, what's your top 3 tokens?
So mine were exactly the same as Matt, to be honest. But in saying that, I also think that there's a lot of other coins that keep being introduced. So I'm not ruling out, or I'm not shutting off my portfolio to the prospects or to the potential for other coins, potentially like new coins, to also now come in. I do think it also depends on the blockchain and what they are going to be used for, and AI coins, for example, coins that are related for AI, even though AI also has taken a bit of a breather, I still think there is scope for those coins to also gain traction. But as I said, my initial 3 were exactly the same as Matt's.
Yeah, that's right. Thank you very much. So, audience here, have you make some notes? The XRP, Solana, Sui, and Rena, the P words. What was that? Can you repeat again?
XRP.
Oh no, the tokens you recommended to us, not XRP. It's
XRP than Cardano.
Yeah. That's one. Thank you. And our the third question is the Coin Telegraph's tweet highlighted potential risks for Ethereum. How likely do you think such an extreme scenario is? Given the current situation, what's the best approach for buy the dip or wait for a bottom? And extra question, what's the price do you think is the bottom for E? So who is sharing the screen?
I think you guys are sharing.
Yeah,
the screen.
I share the screen. Yeah, you see
Oh, it's mouse.
the tweet from the Coin Telegraph. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, what do you think? What do you guys think? Matt, what do you think?
I mean, anything's possible in crypto. If we are looking for a bottoming price, you know, there's the yearly open of 2023 has a price of 1,100. Just call it 1,200. So could we see a wick there? Yes, we can. Will we see a wick there? I'm not entirely sure, but I'd say Ethereum depends on your time horizon. It always depends on your time horizon. But I'd say spot Ethereum right now is probably not a bad idea. If you were an Ethereum believer before, this is a key level, this 1,720 zone, I think 1,650. Bottom price would be the range low, and the range low coming at about $1,200, I would say, is the bottom for Ethereum. So there is risk of it going down to that $1,000 region, 1,200. But let's wait and see.
Yeah. So, if you like to give a suggestion or recommendation to our audience, will you recommend them to buy the dip or wait for a bottom?
I would wait for a bottom and wait for Bitcoin to turn around. I'd wait for Bitcoin to show confirmation of the breakout, which, in my opinion, is if Bitcoin can get above 93K and close a weekly candle there, I think it's game on, and then I'd start to look for longs. A precursor would be, Bitcoin getting above the 50-day EMA and closing 3 or 4 days in a row. And that's coming in at 87,500. So if we can see Bitcoin close a weekly candle at 90K, game on. 93K, game on.
Okay.
But personally,
Okay,
I wouldn't be blindly bidding Ethereum at the moment. But if you've got a dollar cost average strategy, it could be a good time to start now.
Okay, got it. Thank you very much, Matt. And Tammy, are you agree with Matt?
Yeah, I do. And as I said, I think the next level, if we do, for me, 1,700 is a key level. Below that, or even if we're hovering around these levels, I still want a positive candle to occur before I actually enter the position. So tomorrow we've also got the Fed speakers. So we've got Fed Chair Jerome Powell. And I think that's also going to influence, obviously, interest rate expectations, which have been a catalyst for crypto in the past. We also have non-farm payrolls. So although there is still a lot of gloom at the moment, and I think these tariffs have overshadowed all those other fundamental risks that we usually pay a lot of attention to, as I said, for now, I think crypto, specifically for crypto, it is definitely price action that I'm paying more attention to. And for Ethereum, I'm still waiting. I don't think it's bottomed as yet. So 1,700, if I do see a clear break of that and above 1,750, then maybe my opinion towards the short-term trend might actually change. But for now, I'm still looking at if there's a short-term break or a bearish break below 1,700, I'm still looking at 1,500 as my next target. If that level's not reached in the next few weeks, then I think this might actually signal the bottom. But I think there's a lot of other indicators that we can also incorporate to see, potential buying and selling signals. But as long as there's this fear and uncertainty rippling through global markets, as I said, I don't think the bottom's been reached just as yet.
And also, Tammy, do you think that the 4,000 could be the recent new high, or will break that in the future?
Look, I don't think it's going to be recent. I don't see it happening. As I said, as long as there's still these trade wars and these tariffs and everything, I still think that that's way out of sight at the moment. If I am looking at a longer term perspective, and if, Ethereum does manage to make a comeback and ties itself to a lot of these other projects in some way or another, then I'm not ruling out to retest the 4,000. I still think Ethereum's got a lot of positive attributes. The problem is there's a lot of projects that are being based or that have actually now come in that are based on Ethereum's network, but that have obviously built on from it. And I think that at the moment is Ethereum's biggest downfall. And it doesn't have patents or anything like that. So I think there will still need to be some fundamental changes in Ethereum network as a whole to actually justify getting above $4,000 if that's our target.
Yeah, that's right. Because that is really good ecosystem in the whole crypto world. So probably people just disappointed about the E, but still have faith or hope on it. So hope the Waytalk or the developers in chain will do some change in the recently or in the future. Thanks very much, Tammy. And Rina, what do you think?
I kind of agree with Tammy. So previously I showed the chart of Ethereum, and that's actually my key levels. Like if if Ethereum stays above 1,500, then it's gonna be good. Then we if it bounce around here, but if not, then we are looking towards $1,000 level.
Okay, thank you, Reina. And I think all of our three questions are answered in a very, very comprehensive way, and we got the answer very clearly. And Matt, Tammy, and Reina, do you want to add something up here?
Well, from my side, I think as we go, I think for me, as I said, I'm still focused on fundamentals at the moment. So tomorrow, yes, we do have those non-farm payrolls. We do have the Fed Jerome Powell speech. But I think also what we need to keep an eye on is how other nations or countries are responding to Trump's tariffs that were announced last night. And I do think that's also going to, provide a catalyst for crypto. I'm expecting basically any announcements to maybe spark a bit more fear and recession vibes, which will be negative for crypto environments, but I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. So to me, the most important aspects of your trading strategy right now is risk management. If you manage that, then at least you safeguarding yourself.
Okay. That's right. Thank you, Tammy. And Matt or Rina, do you want to add something up?
Yeah, just as Tammy said, risk management's so key in times like this. Not blowing your account, just patiently waiting for the perfect entry, and patience is key. Patience. The perfect entry will come. It will come. It's only a matter of time. crypto markets do this. It feels like it's over and it's never going to go up. It will go up. It always happens. So it's just about being patient and pouncing on the opportunity when the opportunity does arise. And it's definitely not the time to turn off. It's, a lot of people get, in times like this when it seems impossible and everything's going down and everything going to the floor, people give up and they stop. And that is normally the time when the perfect entry comes. And there's lots of signs and symptoms saying that, the bottom is nearer than people think. Everyone thinks it's over. Fear and greed index at fear. I've seen this so many times. But does that mean the bottom's in? Absolutely not. Could we grind lower? Yes, we can. I'm expecting a low to already be in or to form it sooner than later. I think the tariff news was a major blow. If you go into the macros and you see the NASDAQ was down almost more than 4% pre-market. That's it's not really heard of. Almost 4% pre-markets, and it went down even to, from the highs yesterday, it was down almost 6% pre-market, which is absolutely wild. This does normally mark a bottom, times like this, or just continuation further. But I do think, bad news like that, pre-market down so much, I do see a little bounce, but will the bounce be sustained? I don't know. But I am picturing, I feel like the bad news is in, the band-aid's off, and I am seeing a low form if the low is not in sooner than later. But definitely be patient and practice risk management, and you will survive, and on we go.
Thanks very much, Matt. Yeah, as what you said, patience is a key and it's very important. We all don't know when it's a bottom, but patience can help us. And Tammy, and also you said there's a lot of opportunities in this industry, so we just keep impatient and watch the TV news and also a lot of research. Yeah, I think that's it. Thank you very much, Matt. And I think we're gonna to finish our today's live stream. It's very, very helpful. Thank you all for joining us today. And please be sure to keep an eye on CoinW and also our esteemed guests, Matt, Tammy, and also Rina. Follow their Twitter account as they will continue to share very valuable insights on the world of crypto. And just stay safe, and like what our guests shared today, be patient and take care about your spot. And overall, I'd like to thank you everyone for joining this inspiring discussion today. Please take care and see you next Thursday. Goodbye, guys. Thank you again. Thank you, Matt, Rina,
Thank you,
and also
Cheryl.
thank
Thank you,
you. Bye.
Cheryl.
Okay, bye.
Bye.